Coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2233, I'm on 10 again, State your name, been dope on flame. I just switched the lanes. Damn, he did it again. I just flipped the pain. Stripping and dipping in bass, slab on everything. Swimming, you sinking away, cause I got big racks coming. I put my low racks on it. I ain't skip past losses, I had to get back off it. See the fit lab on it until they whip my coffin. Money clip, I tossed it, I heard it's big bags on big bags on big bags coming, coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2233, I'm on 10 again. Pump up the action, I'm active. If he never heard of been dope, he just napping. Jackson's off the rapping. Keep it on my body, bitch, I'm broke if you ask it. Don't gotta sell him, Cialis, flawless, broken whips as long as it is foreign. Heard you want it cause the yam's enormous. What's in since she isn't gorgeous? Live my life, last name of Morgan Freeman. Trying to touch a forest, do not know when knocking on the door is. Came in, I came in, I came in. Did it like the Porsches coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2233, I'm on 10 again. Okay, alright. Coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2233, I'm on 10, 10, 10, coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2233, I'm on 10 again, State your name, been dope on flame. I just switched the lanes. Damn, he did it again. I just flipped the pain. Stripping and dipping in bass, slab on everything. Swimming, you sinking away, cause I got big racks coming. I put my low racks on it. I ain't skip past losses, I had to get back off it. See the fit lab on it until they whip my coffin. Money clip, I tossed it, I heard it's big bags on big bags on big bags coming, coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2233, I'm on 10 again. Pump up the action, I'm active. If he never heard of been dope, he just napping. Jackson's off the rapping. Keep it on my body, bitch, I'm broke if you ask it. Don't gotta sell him, Cialis, flawless, broken whips as long as it is foreign. Heard you want it cause the yam's enormous. What's in since she isn't gorgeous? Live my life, last name of Morgan Freeman. Trying to touch a forest, do not know when knocking on the door is. Came in, I came in, I came in. Did it like the Porsches coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2233, I'm on 10 again. Okay, alright. Coming in, flex. I just wanna win, LABB, who we running with, 2233, I'm on 10, 10, 10,
What's up, fellas?
What's good? What's good?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Oh man, happy to be back this week.
You happy to be back, man? What? How was your weekend, man? Y'all getting to anything exciting? You know, you're a world traveler.
Was good. Hey, weekend was good, man. We family in town, Chinese cousins in town from H-Town. So you know what I'm saying? We had a good time. We went out. This is my second weekend going out in Chicago. It was pretty good, man. Enjoyed some good weather. And so far, man, so good, man. How about y'all?
Man, you know, good weather, man. Good weather, good Easter. You get what I'm saying? So we had a good time, man. You know.
I had a good week. we picked up a creative the other day. We about to
yes, sir.
We got like 5 bookings on Airbnb. We just went live with it.
Yeah, man. I seen that Airbnb you got going crazy over there, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you, bro. We got
Matter-
two wholesale deals closing this week. We got a flip closing next week.
Wow. Oh man, I ain't mad, man. Oneil, you gonna let me borrow $1, man?
You got the bag. You just said I live on 30% of my income. I live on 30% of my income. Let me get at least 20%.
Just 20%. That's it. As a matter of fact, you talking about Airbnb. That kind of remind me of something, man. We got a special guest today.
Oh, yeah, man. Man, listen.
Since we talking about Airbnb money.
Listen, how's everybody? I see Tammy said, "What's up, family? How's everybody checking in?" Go ahead, check in where you checking in from in the comments, and make sure you share this with at least 4 to 5 people, man. Make sure you get them on. I'm telling y'all, this is a powerful episode, and this queen is about to blaze it. And listen, I'm pretty sure most of y'all know her, but if you don't know, you damn well gonna know, and trust me, you gonna follow her journey from here on out.
Absolutely.
So, man, y'all ready, man? Y'all ready? I'm gonna go ahead and bring this. Okay, let me go ahead. Let me talk about how heavy we talking about right now. Okay, so not only this queen, right, has been featured on Ellen DeGeneres. You talking about BET Shine and Light Award, BET Shine and Light Award, Chicago Magazine, Today Magazine, New York Times, Chicago Sun-Times, 2019 Chicagoan of the Year, owner of Lux Road, Bulletproof Credit, Body Works, right? A luxury realtor, you know what I'm saying? Wife to one of my big homies, who one of our guests last week, Los Callahan. Without further ado, I got to bring my sis on, Candice Payne, y'all. Go ahead and give it up for Candice Payne.
Yes, indeed. What's good? Yo.
Got a lot of titles.
Queen.
I love
told
it.
y'all heavy.
I love it. I love it. Man, so it is so hold on. Nah. We
like
good. We good. Nah, you good. Nah, you perfect right now.
It's good? Oh, okay.
Yes, indeed. Man, we got a queen in the building, man. I just want to say, first and foremost, thank you for taking the time out to bless the stage and bless the Real Shit Real Estate Podcast people, because I already know that a ton of gems are going to be dropped today, and I'm excited about that. And I just want to just say thank you at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Before we even get this thing started. But yes, I think Oneil, what you say, Oneil?
I got a question before we even get started. How many titles do you have? Because we're going to have to dig deep into all of them.
Yes, indeed.
Man, he didn't even give me all my titles. Should I keep going?
Wait a minute now.
Keep going.
He held back.
Fix flip for general contractor, business consultant.
Hey. I love it.
Yeah, it's okay.
I love it. Make sure y'all hit the like button as well. Make sure y'all attack that like button and just punch that like button right in the hand. Yes, indeed. But Oneil, you want to go ahead and kick it off, King?
Yeah. So if you can, Miss Payne, could you just tell us about Miss Candice Payne and your background story? Like, tell us about the beginning.
Oh, the beginning.
Before you got the many titles, just when you had the title Candice Payne. We want to know
this one I had the title Candice Payne. Well, I grew up on the South Side in the hood. I'm the only girl of 4 brothers. And, I tell this story because people see where you at now and think about the limelight and think that look at your success and everything, but not understanding really how you got there and what's your motivation, right? And I grew up in a household with my mom and dad, but they were both in and out of rehab, so we went through a lot of the drug abuse. So when they was on, it was good. When they was off, we went through the no lights, no food, and by me being young and the youngest of all my brothers, my siblings, I didn't know, or nor did I understand it until I got older. I didn't know why my brother was going to the neighborhood gym house to go and wash up and go and change his clothes there because, our water wasn't high. I didn't understand that. So as I got older and I was able to see, the effects of the effects of drugs in our household. That right there gave me my motivation, and I wanted to be able to be changed. I wanted to be something where I can change their lifestyle. So my brothers, a couple of them were, affected by the streets. So it was either gangs or school. And my parents, because they were, doing their thing, they couldn't get a hold of that. My brother, that was one of my brothers that was right next to me, they sent him to the army. And then it was me. They started getting clean once I started getting older, and they wanted to do right. So they shipped me out of school. They put me at a school that wasn't in the neighborhood. Um, and I had to test to get into school and everything. And it was completely, it was in Inglewood, the middle of Inglewood. It was called Lindblom. And that wasn't the neighborhood school. You had to be able to test to get in there, and you had to be a little smart. So I was in high school at 7th grade, from 7th to 12th. And even with being there, I always thought about wealth and getting out of that situation. And I always put real estate in my mind. And I had a best friend in school. We lived together because our parents was doing their thing too. So we lived at my house together, and we talked about everything. And the only thing, that we kept saying is we're going to keep our credit. We're going to keep our credit good, and we're going to buy us some real estate. We worked full time, 2 jobs while in high school. Right. And, we're gonna keep our credit together. We're going to get it together. We didn't know really what that meant. And when we get out of school, we're going to buy us some real estate. So my motivation comes from fear of going back to that, fear of being in a position of where I was when I was with my parents, and they didn't own nothing. We lived in the house, we paid rent, and so all of this stuff I didn't see, but I just knew that rich people owned real estate. So I graduated, and me and my best friend, we graduated, and I slid in corporate at 18, slid through the doors, knew how to talk, fancied up my resume, and I was at one of the biggest communication companies here in Chicago, which is, at that time, it was Comcast, it's Xfinity now, in a sales department. 18 years old, $70,000 a year, and that really was that's because I was a good ass salesperson. I worked with commissions, and from there, she also worked. My best friend, we always stayed in contact. So from there, it's like, you know what? I'm ready to get in real estate. So I jump into real estate at 19 years old. We meet this realtor who didn't have our best interests, who talked us into everything wrong. I'm and the internet wasn't as precedent as it is right now. You couldn't just go to the internet and just pull up everything like you can now. It was just coming around. So although I'm doing my research, like, okay, I think I need a lawyer, I need an inspector, and I'm telling the realtor all this stuff. What you need a lawyer for? Why are you spending this extra money? You can use the seller's lawyer. What you need an inspector for? People already live there. The property is good. Like, I didn't know, and I look back on this, and I pulled her into this. This is her realtor too. So, we bought a few buildings, a 6-unit and a 2-flat here in Chicago. And then about the age of 23, we both was filing bankruptcy on over $600,000 worth of real estate. My 600, her 600, and it devastated her. It scared the crap out of her. But for me, I'm still working. I'm like, now I'm gonna go to school. So I went to school to learn real estate, learn what I just did. And then I started running into other people who have also got in this same situation. So then now I'm a realtor now while I'm working, and I'm doing this on the side. But it just taught me a lot of the things, and a lot of the decisions I made. I look back, I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed. This was me doing something different from what my family did. And what I will say is I learned so much from those losses. And it actually made me a better real estate investor. So, from doing that, I found credit, because now my credit jacked. I got a bankruptcy on there. So now I found credit. Now I'm studying credit. I'm flying around to all these different seminars with big credit gurus. I'm trying to learn this and everything. Learned it, took all this stuff off my credit. Then I started helping other people. Then I realized, now I'm in corporate now for just about 8 years. I was in corporate for like 8 years, but I realized like, man, I'm making more money here than I am at my job. I'm wasting time at my job. And, I know the job is supposed to be a security blanket, but for those 8 years, what I will say I did was paying to my 401k. And every time my 401k got up there, I pulled out and went and bought some property. So before I left, I had 2 properties in the hood in Inglewood. I had bought in Inglewood, so before I left Comcast, I had to make sure that I was in a position to get back in real estate because you got to have a job if you want to use FHA. So now it's 2 years later from this bankruptcy. I done fixed my credit. I'm fixing other people's credit. I ain't gonna lie, shoot. I had to go and sit in front of the psychiatrist and tell them I was stressed out so I can get time off of work. I can go do credit.
Wow. Hey, it's levels.
There's levels to this, right? Because I know I needed the job. I need the job to get back into real estate, but I'm wasting money. I'm wasting time.
Yes. The job wasn't paying you a big enough bag to justify the time. I love it.
It was not. So I did that while I built this credit business. And the day that I closed on my building, called the job, on that same day, I quit. I couldn't wait to close on. That was what I was trying to do. And so I basically left corporate for credit. So I learned the whole credit game. I had one of the biggest credit restoration companies on the South Side in Beverly. And I was helping people fix their credit, business credit, business, the whole nine. And I was making so much money. People thought I was slanging drugs because I had all the cars. every type of car, Audis. I had the truck, the car, the Range Rover, the Benzes, and I'm switching up a lot because it's the credit game,
Wow.
So from that, I was in real estate. Remember, I had those 2 little houses that was in the hood. Then I met my significant other. I met Carlos, and he was already in real estate also, and we kind of just collided like, man, this is what I got. This is what you do. So he helped me. He fixed up the buildings. It's one thing a person coming in buying bags and stuff, right? So 25 to 30,000 for them. So we wind up selling them, flipping houses in the suburbs.
Wow. Yeah, this is good.
Hey, I mean, first and foremost, I think everybody that's listening right now, I want y'all to put some fire signs in the comments, right? Because the story is this like this crazy thing. I know this, but I love it when you hear more and more story. You like, dang, you know what I'm saying? You hear, and so everybody, we don't bring nobody on here with a silver spoon. Everybody had to go through the fire to get where they at. And if that should be so beneficial. So Candice, you touched on like what really led you to get into real estate, but like can you talk about the many facets of real estate that you've done?
So, I started off as a struggling broke real estate broker and real estate agent rather. And from there, once I was able to get into the start investing, it opened up the door for other stuff. So, wholesaling, fix and flip, buy and hold, all of those different type of real estate strategies I was able to be a part of, and I learned. And not just that, people want to just get in real estate and try to do everything, and it don't work that way. Master something and just keep adding on. So over the years, but I know so much because I just kept adding on stuff. I kept elevating. I kept doing. And when I found wholesaling, I said, whoa, wait. What? My God. At this time, Carlos was incarcerated, right? So he in jail. And I go and one of my agents come and drag me to one of these seminars. And I'm sitting in there like, I know I ain't gonna buy nothing. Right? So it's a 3-day seminar. Every day I'm trying to convince Carlos over the phone in jail that they have what they doing and stuff, but because they don't tell you the price until the 3rd day.
Yeah.
They dropped that price on us, half the room got up. And I'm sitting there like $50,000. There ain't no financing, ain't none of that. So I put the $50,000 for this course on like 2 or 3 cards. So when he called me back that night, I gotta tell him that I done paid $50,000 for a course. I done paid $50,000 for a course to these white guys that said I can do all this stuff in real estate and most of the shit that I'm already doing.
Wow.
And so, and he like, you got. And I'm feeling bad. I'm gonna go reverse this. No, I took the information, I read through it. That next month I made $50,000. I was determined to get our money back. But I made $50,000 in 4 weeks on wholesaling, and I ain't turned back from that.
Wow.
I say that to say because people always want free information. They always want free game. I don't have a problem with paying the right person. I don't have a problem for paying for information, because when you start looking for free information, that's exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get a lot of holes and stumbles, and you got to go and fill in the blanks and stuff. You pay the right people for that stuff, they're going to give you the game, because this is what they're doing anyway. They got a price on what they want for the game.
Absolutely. Yeah. So tell me this, Candice. You spoke about all of the varying different real estate strategies, you know what I mean? And some of the stuff you stumbled upon, which is dope, because it's like, a lot of people, I've heard other people talk about how they stumbled upon different types of real estate strategies and different things like that. But out of all of the different ones that you've done, right, which you feel like was that one strategy that was like the absolute game changer that helped you like skyrocket to your success, like really, really quickly? Can you speak on that, Queen?
What helped me? Man, I like wholesaling, honestly. Everybody knows that shit, you know what I mean? And that helped us get some more different deals. But I know he likes his strategy itself is buying whole, and I'm okay with that. It's just a lot of work with that, because now you got other people that you got to deal with, that I'm the one who have to deal with it anyway, because I'm the realtor and all that stuff. And, them tenants, those tenants.
Oh yes, those
tenants, boy.
So I know I see the end game with that, with the buy and hold. That's how you really, really build true wealth. And I've seen it time and time again with us. We buy something, we renovate it, we hold it, then we pull in $100,000 and some out the property while it's still cash flowing, while the mortgage ain't went up but like $200-$300 after pulling $100,000 and some, because we refinance to a lower something. We refinance with a lower interest rate, so we don't see that bump, that $300 bump in the mortgage anyway. We got $125,000-$150,000 that we just pulled out the property. So I understand the reason why the buy and hold is detrimental. We still cash flowing. We still got a property that's appreciating. So I don't know, buy and hold and wholesaling.
I love it. Oneil, man, what?
So talk to us. You was breaking down the real estate. Talk to us. What was the next business? You mentioned credit first, then real estate. What was that next business for you? Because I know you got 8 or 9.
The next business, the next business itself I got involved in is the merchant service company, and basically what that was having a call center, a team of salespeople call businesses all around the U.S. and set them up with merchant services. So every time a customer walk in their business and swipe their credit card, I get paid. And that's, although that sounds great, that particular industry just wasn't one that I resonated with. They were very cutthroat. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand the salespeople, but it made really good money. And because I couldn't stand all of that stuff, it's just something that I just didn't want to be in. Their tactics, and all of them had the same tactics. Everyone who was really good at sales and high up when it came to the merchant service company, it was like the boiler room. I walk in there, it's just the energy was not where I wanted. So that was one of the next business that I got in and got out within a year. Made some good money in a year, but I'm a risk taker. And in business and entrepreneurship,
it's like 2 years.
It was 2 years. Oh,
Wait,
yeah, he said 2 years.
No, it was 2013.
Can you get out of my podcast first?
Lo say he needs some too.
Yeah, on the front. Well, it felt like a year, 2 years, whatever it was. I got up out of there. But no, after that, what did I do? I can tell you what right before that, because this was right before Lowe's. I had a trucking company, and I had contracts with, at the time, H.H. Gregg, Best Buy, where I would lease these trucks from like Enterprise. And then this contract was like with one of the biggest, I would say the middleman. I had a big contract with the middleman who had the bigger contracts with all these other companies. And I would go and have drivers, and they'll go and pick up and deliver appliances to houses and, whatever they had to fulfill. And I did that for a while. And I'm only going over this because this is a business that I failed at. And I brought in one of my friends. I remember, being on this docket at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm the only girl. I'm the youngest girl. Everyone around me older and been in the game, been in this business. And I'm the last one coming into the dock. They going home by 5. Here I'm coming in 9, 10 o'clock. Not me per se, but my drivers, because I didn't know how to train them properly because I didn't know the business. I just know how to get the contracts, get in here, and make some money. And I brought one of my friends in, who was also one of my tenants at the time, to come and help me. And I just I got tired of the chargebacks. They going into these $1 million houses and with their shoes not covered and all this stuff, and these white people calling and claims on me and all of this stuff. These are chargebacks, or they bumping their little statues in their driveway that now this statue is worth $5,000.
Oh my God!
I'm like, you know what? All right, I tried this business for a while. I gave it to him. So fast forward a year and a half later, he comes and brings me his taxes, my friend, for me to do. And I look at him and I say, "You made almost $2 million with that? When I left you?" He's like, "Yeah, you
Yo."
He said, "Man, you just had to learn it. I learned it." And but yeah, he killing it right now. Millions of dollars, just so much money that he's scared to put all of it in the bank.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I failed at that one, but he took it and he ran with it.
That's dope. That's dope, yeah. Man. Like how even a transition. So let me ask you this, Candice. How did you end up venturing into the spa business? And then can you talk about your transition into that business?
Just looking for some side money, right? Because people who in real estate, a lot of
first before, but keep that thought. But explain what the med spa business is for the people in the audience who don't know even what that is.
Oh, okay. So usually when people think of a med spa, they think of where people go and get injections or Botox, fillers, where they may go and do boobs and liposuction, and that's more so med spa, skin resurfacing, stuff that you need a doctor for, right? So my friend had a true med spa. Then I had another friend who had like this body contouring spa. Two separate things. So basically what I did was I looked at it and took services from both industries, and I created the mini med spa. And basically what that incorporates, it's nowhere you can go to a med spa and go get a facial. You can't go to a med spa and go get a wax because those are low ticket items. A lot of times when you're looking at a med spa, they are high ticket items. The lowest thing you're going to get out of there is maybe $400 or $500 for some fillers. So for me, I don't do fillers, but I did incorporate some. Are you all still there?
Oh yeah, we here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just seen me go in.
You the spotlight.
You the spotlight.
All right, let me get on the spotlight. So, so basically, I took services from both industries. So at my mini med spa, we do waxes, we do facials, we do skincare, we do V-steams. We also do boobs and butts and non-invasive body contour, but I do invasive also now. So we have a lot of different services for women to come in and do, and men, but majority is women. They come in and they enjoy the services, and this is their me time. So for me, starting off, I was just looking for something on the side. You know, a lot of people who's in real estate, when they make this real estate money, when they get the big checks, although real estate is slow money, but when they get the big checks, they're always looking for something to go and reinvest it in. That's why so many real estate investors have all these different businesses and restaurants, and they always trying stuff because they got the lump sums of money. So this here was me like, okay, real estate is slow money. I need some everyday money. I can do this little body contouring business and put my little nieces in there and let them run it. Once I started doing my studies, and I only want to make like 10,000 a month. This is my little extra money, 10,000 a month. I started doing my research. I flew out to Texas to go get certified in laser and all of this stuff. And then, nah, this is too big for my little nieces. And I started hiring people to come and work at this spa. And when I first started off, I was just hiring like regular people and some estheticians. Now my whole model is I only hire people that I can leverage their license. I'm not licensed, and I'm not going to get licensed. So therefore, for me to make the type of money I want to make, I have to hire the people who got the licenses that I can charge for certain things. So that's really what led me to the mini man spa business. But it just took over. In 2.5 years, like I started at a little bitty spot. It was 800 square feet, and my goal was 10,000 a month. After the first quarter, I was doing like 30,000 a month. Then closer to the first year, we did like 330,000 in this little bitty space. I had 4 rooms. The second year, in this same little bitty space, we did 730,000. So now it's time to leave. It's time to go. It's too small. I gotta move. So we moved to a bigger location, and we opened up this year in February 15th. And I think from February 15th up until now, we probably did 275,000.
Wow.
So I'm almost, what is that? Yeah,
Say
2 months.
that first
And
part.
it just
And it's
grew. It grew.
immaculate. It's
Yeah.
immaculate, y'all. Like no cap. Like when you come in this place, it's you go into a different world. Like that's one thing Candice and Glow so modest, but when you talk about the touch of luxury, I didn't see so much stuff that I ain't never seen in my life being with them. Like, what? That's a what? Oh, wait. This art is what? Like I'm telling you, bro. They touch on luxury is like no other, man. I'm telling y'all.
Man, I love it. I love it. Man, I would, it's crazy because it's like with all of these things going on, it just seems like every single business, you know what I mean? You got some winning, some losing, but overall, it's like a lot of wins going around. Seems like it's a lot of responsibility. So Candice, being a wife, right? Being a business owner, a CEO, a boss, how do you manage the time with all of those things going on? You know what I mean? Like what does that time schedule look like to manage all of these different things? If you don't mind sharing.
It is about delegation, and I can do a lot better with delegation. It's just me wanting to let go of some of the control. I got maybe like 4, 5 different assistants. They do different things in the business. So, they handle certain things, but you got to have a team, and you got to have a team that you can trust to get the job done. And what I have learned is sometimes people just want to bring people in to work for them and not properly train them. If you're not going to take out 1, 2, 3 days and properly train a person to think how you want to think, how you want them to think, and them to handle business how you would handle business, then you're going to keep getting mistakes and getting irritated. And, it's hard for you to come down on a person that's working for you if you haven't really showed them what they're supposed to do. And, being able to juggle a lot of these different businesses. Sometimes, me and him, we have to have our conversations, and, I do a lot of writing down of what each business needs, because the business needs change all the time. the duties change all the time. And when those duties change, it's either who gonna do it, me or no. We need people. We need someone with this type of skill set. We need these people with this type of skill set. And right now, that's kind of sort of where we're at now because I'm pregnant and I'm about to have a baby. So therefore,
Congratulations.
thank you. I need to be able to be a mommy. And
Absolutely.
I can't be wearing all the hats. So now it's really about buckling down and having delegation in hand.
I was wondering where all that glow was coming from. I seen the glow situation, and that's probably what it
No,
is.
it ain't got nothing to do with this light shining on me right here.
I love it. I love it. Oneil, what's good, man?
So you telling us about the delegation? How did you actually learn how to delegate and those leadership skills it takes to delegate? Like, where did you learn it? Was it you read book? You went to a conference? Did it naturally happen? Did it help? Did you develop that growing up with all boys? Talk to us a little bit about that.
Now I'm gonna be honest, if you've ever worked in corporate and you worked in sales, they fly in the best trainers to come and train you.
Mm.
I used to sit in so many trainings and didn't understand why. I just knew I was going to get off the phone. So I'm going to go sit in these trainings. But now that I look back on it and I think about it, like we had some of the best trainers flying in just to train us on customer service, sales, and management and different skill sets that I still use today. So when I'm looking to hire certain salespeople in for our businesses, I love people who worked in sales and who worked in corporate because I already know their structure. I already know what at least a little bit of what they've been through. And like I said earlier, for the spa, I only hire estheticians unless they have a sales background. So one of my biggest sellers, she ain't no esthetician. She work in sales for a telephone company, a cell phone company. Been there for 8 to 10 years, a big cell phone company. She runs circles around all the estheticians because of her training.
Mm. That is genius. That is genius. You said something. It's funny because a lot of folk, I think I hear somebody's phone. I think a lot of folk, when they go to jobs, right, they'll go to certain jobs and they don't think to leverage the knowledge that they get from these jobs. A lot of times your job can be one of your biggest investors, one of your biggest trainers, right? You can learn policies and procedures, how to set up SOPs in a certain company. All of that you can literally learn from your job if you there to pay attention and take advantage of some of the things that come with that. So can you speak to that mindset, Queen, on how you was thinking that way at that young of an age? What was the driving force that made you just say, what was the mindset that made you say, I'm going to take advantage of this to leverage later? Or was it just something you was just naturally interested in?
I wasn't even thinking about leveraging later. I was just thinking about how to make more money with this information that they giving me there. Now, all while I was at Comcast, I had all type of side jobs, side hustles, because I was trying to get out of Comcast at a young age. I'm selling purses. I'm coming in there, but people coming up buying purses from up under my desk and stuff. I was hustling in there, although I had this good paying job, but I was trying to get from out of there too. So, sitting in those, it wasn't until I left there and I started working for myself that I thought back to all of those different trainers and all of those skills that they was teaching us. And that's when I started to implement it. I used it while I was there in order to, get sales and stuff, but I really started implementing it in my business. And, being a leader is really being relatable and being modest, and being approachable and giving people the feeling that they can do this too. And sharing all the game, not some of the game. Like my team, especially like my real estate team, I had the only. I'm a managing broker, so I had the only brokerage in Chicago that was cross training agents. My agents, yeah, they do. You can sell around my house, but no, they knew how to project manage. They knew how to read architectural drawings. They knew how to do fix and flips. They knew how to understand hard money. They knew how to structure deals and understand return on the ROI. agents don't be knowing that. They don't teach that. I've been with all the bigger brokerages. I understand what they taught us, and all of them got the same type of curriculum. How to sell someone else's house, not how to make money for yourself.
Wow.
Damn.
That's powerful. That's powerful right there, man. So, man, I love it because, I mean, first of all, I'm going to tell everybody in the comments, listen, what Byron and Candice was just talking about, I call it, R&D, rob and duplicate. If you working right now and you got an SOP and you see the policies and procedures, you need to take that stuff for your own business, copy it, take a copy of it for yourself, and then that way you can incorporate that into your business. So I love it. So Candice, what I want to ask you, I want to talk about Luxro. I want to talk about Luxro for everybody. Candice is going to talk about and the reason why I call it Luxro because they stand out from Airbnb. And I talked about their luxurious touches, right? And I've had a privilege to visit their Airbnbs, and I'm telling you, I ain't never seen nothing like it. Never seen nothing like it. So, Candice, can you talk about Luxro, right? Your Airbnb investments, and then just even share the vision what you guys have with that, with that vacation rental space.
So, we hopped in an Airbnb years ago, right? And we were renting like these condos downtown in the area where we had the big convention center. So I know that the big convention center, every week it's a convention. It's a book convention, Star Wars convention. It's the doctor's convention, nurse convention, every single week. So we know that the spaces was going to stay booked. And it was until the condo association didn't feel safe. The neighbors now don't feel safe because every time they look up, they got Indian people, Black people, white people, all type of hippie people next to them, in and out the building. And it's a big building. So, shoot, they kicked us out. And, and when that happened, it was like, dang, the book of business, and not even that, my Airbnb profile went stupid. Like I had all type of negative reviews. She canceled at the last minute, and and I'm like, on Airbnb, you can't be a super host with all these negative reviews and stuff.
Right.
We liked it, the money, we liked it, the concept, but then we thought about it. We need to own the real estate, and for a couple different reasons. The end always gotta justify means, right? And we thought about it from the standpoint of how can we sell this? We can't sell something we don't own. So therefore now we go and buy the real estate and then we do Airbnb. But if we do it that way, we don't own the clientele. Airbnb owns it. Now we need our own platform to capture people in. Because if I took this to an investor and say, look, I've been doing my short-term rental in this particular building for 3 years, and here's my books. I want XYZ for my real estate, and now I want this number times 6 or 10, whatever it is, for my book of business. And that could be millions. Wow. And that was the thought process behind it. Like, if we're going to build something, let's build it up so we can be able to sell it.
Wow, that was a doubt. Listen, hey man, listen. If you in the audience and you ain't hit that like button after what she just said right now, listen. I almost want you to rewind that, Queen, because see that right there, that right there was such a gem. If you please, can you speak on that just real quick before I even get to my next question? I'm not going to the next question because we gotta sit and let that just marinate for a little while on their mind because that was powerful. You said you building up a book of business with your Airbnb. You're not just looking at it as a quick lick. You building up something to be able to transition and sell if need be later. Can you speak on that, Queen?
Yeah. So when people buy businesses, they don't just buy the business for, let's say if that business making $300,000 a year, they're not just gonna give you $300,000. Investors come in and give you times between 6 and 10. So if your business making $300,000 times 6 is what? That's what investors come in and buy. So that makes my real estate a lot more attractive, and it makes this business a lot more attractive because ain't no one about to put them out. So not only do they got to buy my real estate for whatever I'm selling it for, they now also got to buy that book of business for 6 to 10 times or whatever that book of business is making.
Wow.
So let me ask you this: do y'all plan on selling that book of business since you're building it?
Not no time soon, because the property. So let me tell you a little bit about our main property. It's a 4-unit, and he was incarcerated, and I was in Puerto Rico, and this deal came from a wholesaler for $99,000. And I'm in Puerto Rico, and I had to make a choice right then and there. And I talked to him on the phone because he used to call all damn day long to deal. So I was talking to him on the phone, telling him about the damn deal, and he like, buy it, go get it, do it now. I'm like, shoot, I don't like buying properties unseen. So I'm like, well, the earnest money, $5,000, non-refundable. He said, go on. So I wired the money over. I sent my assistant there with an iPhone. He don't know what he's looking at. He didn't tell me that the damn building was kind of leaning when he was walking. And, and I'm just looking, trying to figure this out through the phone. I said, oh my God. I bought it, and we got here, and it's so big. I was scared. Like, I ain't did no project this big, and he ain't here. And I had to go in, and I gutted this thing out, and he got out of jail. So I bought it for $100,000 with hard money. I put like $225,000 in it. He gets out of jail. His credit right. I sell it to him for $450.
Hold on, wait. Slow down. Wait.
Hey, they dropping game.
Yeah. You spoiling the people right now. Okay, so wait a minute. You fix it up. Wait a minute. Okay, so you fix it up. You put $225,000 in the property, and then you turn around and sell it to your husband for $400,000. Let's talk about that.
$465,000.
400. Oh, my bad. Okay, so $465,000 to your husband. Let's talk about that. Let's marinate on that for half a second.
Yeah, so we don't go on nothing together. We stronger apart, and we already knew the exit strategy. This building is in the area where it's being gentrified like crazy. So right now, this building is worth about $900,000. It's been like what, 3 years, 2, 3, something like that.
Wait, you gotta go back.
About 2 years ago, for $465, it's worth like $800 and some thousand right now.
What's the original purchase price when you bought it?
$99,000. That's another thing about being a wholesaler, right? The wholesaler need to make sure they leave enough meat on the bone. A lot of wholesalers are greedy. The one that I was dealing with, he wanted to make his $20,000, and then that was fine for him. He even cut his stuff down so I can get the deal. You know what I mean? And I did a lot of business with him. I made a lot of money with him because he was a good wholesaler. But yeah, $99,000.
Wow.
Real estate crazy. Real estate, wow. You can definitely build wealth.
Listen, they the most modest goats that I've ever met in my life, y'all. The most modest goats I've ever met in my life. And I'm blessed to say they're my friends. You know what I'm saying? And just be, having conversations, talking to Los, talking to Candice. Like, when you leave, you always going to be like, God damn. Like, that shit crazy. Like, I'm telling you, man.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think your mic.
It's low, Oneil.
I think your mic froze up on us, Byron. But yeah,
on me or Oneil?
Oh, it's probably on you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I know Oneil. Getting situated with his microphone. So you dropping so much game. So what's a strategy you can give a new investor with basically little or no money down? How can they get started? I know you got some game for them.
Absolutely.
Little or no money down to do what? What
if get in the game?
Yeah, if you can give yourself advice to start over today, what would that advice be for Candice with little or no money in your pocket?
With little or no money, just some money, right?
Yeah.
Because if they want to get in the business, they got some money. I wish I had this program that I run right now. It's called Real Estate Spark, RE Spark. And what that is we allow people to come in and invest in our projects, but we make them a partner. And this is sort of like real estate trade lines, right? We make them a partner in a deal to help them get in position to be able to be fundable. Because now hard money lenders want all this experience, or you got to pay all this money. So if they come into one of our deal and partner with us, they put their money in the deal, they receive some money back on their money, but at the same time, they're learning the process. We made so many mistakes not knowing how and not knowing the process, not knowing what goes first, all the way down to the construction, not knowing that we should bring in these tradesmen first before we bring in these. So now, they just gonna come in and do the work. And now we got to call them back out because we didn't have the roofer do the work first before we had the plumber run his pipes up, and now it's holes in it. It's so many mistakes that we made in the beginning that was costly mistakes. And I had someone like that, like a mentor program where I can go and learn the whole process and then take my money, I would have saved a lot of money.
So you said some key right there. So basically you almost kind of like building up the credit, right? So it sounds like you building up the credibility of some of these newer investors by letting them invest small amounts in your deals, but then they can claim that deal when they get ready to go do their own deals as their own deals, and the experience that come with that. So the new hard money lenders are just throwing money at these people. Because I know right now, with my experience, I literally so many hard money people throw money at me. I don't ever have to worry about money. So is that something that you're trying to do for some of these newbies that's coming in the game?
Absolutely. And to to shorten the learning curve, man. They don't be knowing what they doing. They behind the wrong contract. The wrong contractor gonna break you.
Easy.
And it makes break your deal, And contractors is just like people who live from check to check. They live from job to job, robbing Peter to pay Paul, juggling jobs and stuff. They got to understand how to vet them out and how to look for those right contractors. We go over all of that.
Wow. So, man, with that being said, can you share with them what are some of the things that they need to do in order to get access to programs like that, or any programs that y'all are actively doing right now? Like, can we give them some actionable steps how they can connect with you or Los to get access to any of this information that y'all are sharing? That'd be great.
Instagram. I wouldn't even say Facebook. Facebook, I got too many messages on there. I'm on Instagram way more. I check those messages way more. They DM me. I'm going, and it's just my same name. That same name you see there. I'm gonna send them the whole breakdown of the whole program. They're gonna be able to read through it. It ain't nothing that we really got to talk about until you ready, because it's very detailed, especially when it comes to expectations. But that's how you can get in contact with me.
Y'all can hear me good now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. We can hear you.
I just got something to say. You and Los, y'all got a special relationship, man.
Yeah,
Not too many relationships you find two hustlers. Like, y'all be hustling. So I just want to let y'all know y'all got something special, and I love it.
Thank y'all.
But real quick, how did you know to pick somebody like a Los? Let's do that. Let's do that. We can't just let you.
Meet?
Yeah.
Los slid in my. We didn't even have DMs. I met him on Instagram, so he slid in a picture. He slid in a picture that was 88 weeks old and stuff. I thought it was for business, right? So I had put some type of post up about real estate, and I'm like, you in real estate also? I got this program. I was telling him about the program where you can rent the rooms out through Illinois and they pay you $1,500 per person. So that's how we got to exchange the numbers. And I'm on the phone ranting and raving and telling them about it. Like, you can't have a background. You can't do this. So that was out the door when I said that. And I'm still just ranting and raving. And he had his own ulterior motives.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, you sure right. You sure right about that. You sure right.
Yeah, that is all the ulterior motives. But yeah, that's how we met on Instagram. And he was a super charmer. And but you know, Los, he teaches me a lot of stuff. Like Byron, how you be? I be like that too. Like I've been with him for 8 years. How you know all this stuff? Where you read that at? Like he just come up with stuff every day. It's like peeling a banana back. You know, that's the amazing time.
Facts, man.
Wow.
Listen, man. Hey, Candice, this was so dope. You know, what I mean, I learned so much, and I'm tell you, like, what I love about it, like, for real, y'all, these my friends. You know what I'm saying? And these my rich friends. That's what I love about it, because they help me step my game up and think outside. Listen, I got a really funny story, really quick. I know, I see Candice like, nah, don't say that, don't say that. Listen, the first time I met Los, I come in his office. And you know, Los he G'd up, and I get to telling him about some Alibaba clothes that I wanted to get, and he was humble about it. He ain't play me like, bro, you know, like that. No, don't get that cheap stuff. But he was just like, you know what, bro, I'm gonna tell you something. If you invest in quality, bro, it's gonna last forever. And from that, and I promise, from that conversation, it's changed my perspective to help me invest in quality. But Candice and Los, for real, before we get out of here, Candice, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come out here. Y'all, when I tell you, both of them are humble beasts. Candice is a humble beast. When we talk about the Chicagoan of the year, I gotta tell everybody, we had a polar vortex here in Chicago, and this was before I even met Candice and Los. But they went and rented out. You talking about, we in Chicago when it can get below zero, right? Negative wind chill, feeling like negative 10 degrees. They went into a hotel. What was it?
It was negative 50 degrees. That's the polar vortex.
Negative 50.
Like, how do you breathe in that kind of weather, bro?
Like, it's like
you can't go outside.
Out there. It was hard.
It was hard. Candice, how many hotel rooms did y'all go get?
We got 122 homeless people out the street. We put them in hotels. 122.
I'm gonna leave that right there, y'all. So y'all hear the heart, y'all hear the humility, y'all hear the passion. And again, she not done turning up yet. She's still at the tip of the iceberg. She's gonna be a phenomenal mother. Man, keep on following Candice's journey. Man, I'm telling y'all, listen, everybody, continue. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Thank y'all again. We'll be back next week with more heat. Man, signing out. Thank you, Byron. Thank you, Oneil. Thank you, Candice. We love y'all.
Hey, before she go, they want to know, how do they find out about your training program?
One more time.
The link is in my bio. Even my training program on I show and teach people all over the U.S. how to open up mini med spas. I got over 1,000 members in my group, over 275 students. So a lot of students are opening up. The links are in my bio, or just hit me on Instagram, inbox me. Let me know what you need.
Wow. Love it. Peace. Holla at y'all.